What's up, everybody? Hanging with Scarcasm. We are back after another year. We had a couple episodes, you know what I mean? But here we are, and I have brought something to the table that's pretty intense. But I'm normally not a huge fan of the genre deathcore. To me, it for the most part it kind of got a little samey, but it seems that the deathcore bands that have stuck around to 2021, 2, and 3 are pretty good. And this band is called.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, define deathcore.
A genre mash of death metal and hardcore.
Alright.
So it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so when I heard this song, and I was a little bit out of the loop. I didn't know it was as huge as it is. I think it is from what it seems to be on YouTube and stuff. But so I think this song has 13 million views. That seems pretty freaking popular. So so yeah. I was like, oh, they're actually adding some atmosphere and black metal influence and things of that sort. And I was like, I kind of can dig that versus just straight chugs all the time. Which I'm down with chugs. It's just all the time, man. All the time, really. but
Pretend like I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Where it goes,
I know. Yeah, I know what you meant. I'm just
no. We're
along.
just getting
I'm
drunk
playing along
here.
for the people at home.
We're
I'm
chugging.
playing along for the people at home.
We're chugging beer. That's what it's about. All right, let's get this started.
Alright.
That was pretty terrifying. And I have no idea what that actually says.
Lorna Shore.
I'm that bad with graffiti also. So it's not just this.
Wow. Okay.
I was like, what's that say?
Oh, and by the way, Lorna Shore is a DC Comics reference. I think it's a lady that Batman dated, or Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
Okay. Keep on.
The feet movement.
Double clicking it?
Yes. Them feet are moving, sir.
Yes. Okay, so that song clearly belongs in the Doom game.
No, it belongs in that game. What's the game that just came out? Metal Hellsinger?
Yes.
Your
I will
fingers
say
will be.
this.
You'll be.
Yeah, I know. Because you got to do it to the rhythm, right?
Yeah.
I will say this. I didn't understand a single word that the singer said.
I understood one stanza, but go ahead.
I didn't understand nothing he was saying. Okay. I focused mostly my listening on the background music, and I found that to be fascinating. I would love just a camera on the drummer's feet, like that one.
It was. I'm like, oh my! He was like, oh nah, man. Nah,
like that. That is not anything that I would ever listen to on my own. And really, the only times that I come across music like this is when I'm playing something like Rock Band. But I dug the background. I dug the background music.
You wouldn't want to listen to it in the car with the subs.
No. But
subs are wear out. But.
You know, from the singer and whoever was singing the low part.
He does it all.
Him. It was him.
Oh,
it was dubbed over. Yeah, exactly. I noticed that too. Yeah.
Okay, so it sounded to me, and I'm gonna get flack for this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I did not hate it. It's just not. I don't have the ear for it.
There's a video. I haven't watched it yet, but there's a video I saw to where it's him, like, and he's having to tell if it's a metal vocalist or an animal.
Okay. Because at the end, he sounded like someone was killing a pig.
At the end, he sounded like he was trying his best to be a demon. That's what it sounded like.
No. I'm gonna tell you what it sounded like to me. And stick with me here.
I'll try.
This song sounded like Smeagol Goes to Hell. The song.
Well, that's funny you say that because there's a band called. Well, don't get on about the name, but they're called Cattle Decapitation, and the singer when he sings like a singing part, but it's not like a typical la 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 singing. It sounds more like if a goblin was singing.
Okay.
And but I'll have to bring some of them. And it's funny. Cattle Decapitation is all vegan band. They're vegans.
Yeah, he sounds like the evil part of Smeagol when he's arguing with himself.
Yeah.
The high pitched like. And he sounds like I mean, I ain't understand none of the words, so if there was a My Precious in there somewhere, who knows? But I know I'm gonna get flack for that. I didn't hate the song. It's not something that I would listen to, but I enjoyed the background music, especially the drummer. I would love to see a performance of just the drummer doing what he does with the camera on the drummer and another camera on his feet.
Right. So let me weigh in. So I feel like this was a mash of three people who mastered their crafts, but to me, it felt like it didn't come together until like that back half of the song. So to me, it felt like, the drummer was going in the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the vocalist sounded like he was going in the whole time. And then it's only when they started cutting the breaks and doing the rests, right, where they had the rest pause, the rest for a moment.
Yeah.
And then they would all come in together. That's when it started to feel like it was moving together with me. And then when
I felt it the first time they went halftime.
Yeah, yeah, those in like a hardcore setting is what's considered a breakdown. But normally, and what I dug about this, because like when deathcore kind of became a genre at first, other than the first few bands, there's a band called Despised Icon, and I would consider Shattered Realm to be deathcore, even though they're never brought up in anybody talking about deathcore. But then it kind of got real samey around the early 2010s, to where it was just like, here's a breakdown. All right, we're stopping. Mosh motherfucker, here's another breakdown. And it's like, okay, the point of a breakdown is here we're going fast, and now we're going to break the song down to its core, and it will just be Yeah, it will decompose, and then that's when normally people start freaking getting knocked in the face is during the breakdown because it's technically the heaviest part of the song. But when it's all the heaviest part of the song, you're like, what's it breaking down from?
Yeah, I
When
hear what you're
when
saying.
I heard this, I was like, man, I hear some atmospheric stuff,
Hmm.
like some black metal stuff. He was doing the high registry like you would hear in black
Yeah.
metal, and
Okay.
then you would still hear the low chugga chuggas. But then he was
Hmm.
also doing like really talented solos, which I
Hmm.
didn't really hear in a lot of deathcore earlier, which is why I
Right.
normally was like deathcore's stupid. But like, but
But
I have came back because like I dug this, and I also dug a band called Whitechapel, and I know they've been around forever, but I came in with this one album that's about his bringing uppings, which is really dark, but it's called The Valley, but
like Corn Dark,
a little
early Corn
darker,
Dark.
little darker actually,
Okay.
because
so
I'll bring that to the table because I thought it was one
okay.
thing, and I was like, oh, it's more literal, damn, but.
Yeah. So for me, like I said, the lead guitarist was pretty much holding it down. Like Scar, you could tell him, you could probably speak to it because you were paying attention to the instrumentation in the background, and
Mhm.
you can hear that he was just kind of holding steady throughout the song. And then when he got a chance to get down there and really show his skill on the guitar, when he had that solo through there, the dude was moving. That's why I said I feel like it was three people who were very good at what they did, three people who were mastering their craft, but it seemed like it didn't really flow together. They didn't really seem like they were all in sync until they hit those breakdowns that you call.
Well,
So
they
Yeah,
were
but
in sync. But I know you're not
yeah,
going to. But you have to do
yeah,
repeated listens to be like, actually, they are doing stuff that isn't just,
right,
you
right.
know.
Well, I know what you're saying, and I know it. So musically, yes, I didn't sense any dissonance or people being off time or any of those anything being off, him being off from the music as far as vocally or anything. But it just felt to me, it didn't feel like it all meshed until they started moving in sync at those times right after those breaks. Then I started to feel like, okay, now it's
but
congealing
but
for
I
me.
think I feel similarly to you only because I started off trying to listen to the singer, and then when I
Yeah.
realized I didn't understand nothing he was singing, then I shifted my focus to the music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was trying to figure out what he was saying the whole time.
Well, a trick
While
with
still listening.
this type of music, not just specifically deathcore, but any sort of music that has harsh vocals, is think not of trying to understand what the singer's saying, and more or less, I'm going to listen to this as a whole, and the singer's voice is also an instrument that is heavily distorted, just like the guitars,
Wow. See,
because they're
being a
not just.
vocalist, that's hard for me to
He's
do.
he's he's a member of the ensemble.
Yeah, yeah. So that's hard for me. That's hard for me to think of it that way. But I'll try to change that approach in the future.
But just like you would listen to like a bass with a lot of fuzz on it, you know what I mean? Like you're like,
Okay. Yeah,
oh,
I got you.
it's not just I'm not just listening to an acoustic guitar or just straight up bass. I'm listening to this bass line with some flair, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you. So, but yeah, like I said, I mean, I didn't hate it, but like I said, I definitely could not. I definitely could not appreciate it as much as someone who was more familiar with the genre, either one, whether it's death metal or hardcore, right? So, um, to form the deathcore. So, but no, man, like I said, they are all talented, just in different areas. So,
Yeah, yeah. That was Lorna Shore. Uh, yeah, it's fairly recent. This is from a year ago, but but yeah, I think they got some newer stuff out too. But
I was
they're
trying a year ago. My man had COVID. All right, I see you. I
yeah,
understand. No, I'm joking. I'm
Steve bogus.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking, people.
Have you seen the thing
Calm
on
down.
Netflix? The
It's
like, the dude like why are you here or something? Where the dude's like trying to take the food from. He was like, I love that burger. I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but it's on Netflix.
okay.
It's like a sketch comedy show.
Okay. Word
Awesome.
up.
But anyway, well, we'll see you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe. Peace out to the Warriors.
Same thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.